Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Hey guys, welcome back, welcome to my channel. So today's video I'm really excited for. It's our Once Upon a Broken Heart reading vlog. So we're going to read the entire series, okay? So this is going to be interesting. I'm actually so excited for this series. I'm saying it as if I haven't actually. I've already started reading the first book. But I'm really super excited for this. This is already one of the most anticipated series that I wanted to get read this year. But I've been waiting until True Love's Curse come out, which that comes out on Tuesday. So me and more buddy reading, so you probably will see or hear more about as well. But we've planned it so we're reading the first two, so we're just in time for when we should receive the third book. We'll be able to go straight into it. So that is the plan, that is the hopes we're doing. So yes, we are going to be reading this series. I have already taken the dust jacket off of the first book because I can't read with the dust jacket on, so that's what we're doing. But yeah, I have the first two books. I do have the hidden cover. So this one I got the arrow on it. And then for this one I have the skull, which I absolutely love. And I'm hoping for the third one. Maybe hopefully I'm trying to see if I can get the wolf. If I can't get the wolf, the fox paw is next in line. So yeah, but we are reading. I've already started, like I said, I'm already up to chapter 15. Flying through this, okay? Absolutely fucking flying through this book. Like, it's so, there's something about Stephanie Garber's writing which is just so easy to read and so easy to just fly through. Like, you don't even realize it, and you're like halfway through the book already. Do you know what I mean? It's like crazy. But so far we have obviously had that introduction to Evangeline. Obviously, I've read the Carol series, so I already knew Jax. I already knew kind of a bit about him. I kind of had a vibe with him and his personality and his characteristics, and kind of like knew him from that series. So obviously it was really just kind of getting used to Evangeline and like some of the other side characters. So yeah, this is going to be a spoiler vlog. Just as a heads up, I did not say this is going to be a spoiler vlog. So yeah, so we've had them meet. We've had Evangeline asking Jax for help to stop this wedding. You know, she believes that the guy is her true love and he shouldn't be marrying who he's marrying, and he's marrying her stepsister. Now, I already get some vibes from Luke, and I'm like, Like, I don't think he is who Evangeline thinks he is. I think Luke is definitely a bit of a playboy, I would possibly say. I imagine he kind of has been seeing Evangeline, but really, you know, her stepsister was also one of them being on the side. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, but Evangeline has lost both her parents. She has her stepmother and her stepsister is like the only family she now has. And yeah, so Jax helps her, but he turns everyone at the wedding to stone. And then Evangeline makes the decision to drink the goblet from poison. If you guys are a Catholic, you all know kind of what the vibe is. If they've turned to stone, someone then has to sacrifice to take their place. Which she does. And then it's then kind of jumps to 6 weeks later, where she's just been unturned from stone, shall we say, by the poisoner himself. Her family is there. There's no Luke. She then proceeds to find out that Luke and Marisol, who's her stepsister, had tried again to get married 2 weeks after Evangeline had been turned to stone. which obviously is heartbreaking for her because she believes, she believes Luke has been cursed to marry Marisol. So yeah, that kind of happens. She kind of gets an idea. Her and Marisol kind of get talking. Find out, obviously, yeah, like I said, they tried again to get married, but something happened with Luke, and he's then kind of done a disappearing act. He was around, he wasn't leaving his place, and then he's kind of just left. And then we do get a little meet of Scarlett and Tella, which is really nice to see them again. And they have asked Evangeline to go to the Magnificent North in their place to meet the Prince Apollo, who is looking for his bride. There's a whole big party thing going on, this whole event. It's not ever never ending, I think. I don't think I'm saying it right, but if you've read the book, you know what I'm on about. And yeah, so she's there. Jax is now there as well, because Jax did disappear. She's just met up with Jax at this party. She's taken Marisol with her to the Magnificent North to get her away from her stepmother, because she's kind of like the evil stepmother kind of vibes, you know what I mean? She kind of took advantage of the fact that Evangeline Stone was his hero and was trying to get suited in. Yeah, she's kind of like that. So yeah, I've currently just left it that she's at the party, the first dinner, where she gets to meet Apollo, and Jax has arrived, and Jax is there. And Jax has got her to give her first kiss, because in payment for Jax helping her stop the wedding, she owes Jax 3 kisses of whoever he wants. And the first one was Apollo. Now, things are now just set in motion. This Apollo guy, I'm getting the vibe, is like, he's very vain. He's very, like, obnoxious, very up himself kind of vibe. Just from the bits that we've seen and kind of what's been said about him is kind of what I'm getting from him. And I kind of feel like maybe there might be some underlying undisclosed beef between Jax and Apollo. I feel like something's happening there, but we don't quite know. I just get this like vibe kind of from it. So yes, I will say, like, me and Morris said, because we started bedding together last night. It kind of gives some like Disney vibes. Like, there's like kind of like a few Disney references, and like Moore said, it's very kind of like Alice in Wonderland esque kind of vibe. I do think like the Magnificent North, the way it's been described, and like some of the elements and stuff, it's very much giving off Disneyland kind of vibes, but just without the rides and the attractions and stuff. Just doing Disneyland. So yeah, that's where we're at. Chapter 15, page 119. That's where I'm going to leave it for now. Because I'm going to go on TikTok Live because it's Friday, so I'm going to go do that. And yes, I will come back to you guys later when we've read some more. Hey guys, I am coming in with a real quick update. I have only read like enough 5 chapters, so I'm only up to chapter 21, page 159. So I didn't read a lot more since I've seen you. So we've kind of had the next day now kind of thing. She's kind of like having a look around the island where they are, looking at all the vendors kind of thing. And then they have the ball, to which the prince is to have 5 dances with 5 different women. And she gets her sister goes with her on this one, Marisol. And the prince proposes, and she says yes. Already, you seeing how quick this is? Okay. I definitely think the prince might have a curse on him, and if he doesn't, he's playing some form of game, I think, against Jax. Because I think there's definitely some rivalry going on there. There's definitely something happening, but I can't quite tell you what is happening. I'm hoping this isn't making a noise. Yeah. I'm not quite sure what, but I'm sure I think there's something. Yeah, she says yes. So I'm like, whoa. Okay, she still owes 2 more kisses to Jax as well. This is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be fun. But yeah, I'm still unsure about this Apollo dude. Jax interacts with Marisol, so we don't know what's happening there. But I do think Marisol has this ulterior agenda, ulterior motive. That's what I was ulterior motive. I don't want to say she's bad. I don't want to accuse her of it, but this little things are just seeming like it could go the other way. But yeah, I'm still loving it. I'm still loving the world and the characters and everything, and it's so fast. So such a quick read. I just haven't read any more because I've been working and busy and eating my dinner and chill out. Everything's happened. So yeah, that is what's happened. That's what I'm up to. I'm gonna read more tomorrow. So you guys will get a nice big proper update tomorrow, and I will go through thoughts a bit more clearly. And I'm not like whispering and worrying that the mic's going all like it does whenever I hold it. So yeah, but I just want to update you guys that I have done some more reading, but just not a lot. So yeah, that is where we are at. And yeah, I'm gonna say it again, that's where we're at, and I'm gonna see you guys back to Weird Ankle update. But I have read some more, so we are now up to chapter 33, page 223. Now, it's where did I leave you guys? I left you guys at chapter 21, didn't I? So let's have a look. Right, so it started off some really quick chapters, just kind of like some of the like newspaper excerpts is what some of these chapters are, just kind of like as a rundown to the days. Then we kind of have Evangeline kind of like really starting to worry and starting to like question everything. So she believes Apollo to be under a curse, and she finally reaches out to Jax again to be like, look, we need to meet. We need to figure shit out and what's going to happen. So they meet, and Jax admitted in his own way that Apollo is in fact cursed, which is why he's going all over the top, eccentric, professing his love to Evangeline. So that's a whole other issue. That's a whole other like discussion. But yeah, so we got that, and then he's also taken his second kiss on Evangeline. They have gone to the house of Fortuna, where the matriarch lives, which is classed as the storybook castle. Her mum told her about a bunch of castles and that they all had names, and this one was classed as the storybook castle. Now they go in, and this matriarch is not happy that they are there. She is not happy. She is threatening them to hell I intend. I could not speak then. So she says that, and then Evangeline gives her kiss to the matriarch, which changes the matriarch's perspective completely, and she like falls under a curse and is very welcoming to that other to Jackson Evangeline. And they managed to convince her to take them to the vaults held in the house. They get down there. Jax is looking for something. So the reason they're down there is because Jax is looking for something. They find an arch that is supposedly meant to be destroyed. So that's interesting. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen there. The fact that they have an arch that's not meant to be there, I'm intrigued to see. But that's another thing again. So they're down there, and it comes to light because the main track is slowly wearing off. Slowly this curse is coming, and little things are starting to show where she's showing her anger again. And showing like this big standoffish kind of vibe. So once this is happening, and Evangeline's like, look, I can't help you find what you're looking for if I don't know. So you mentioned stones, and the matriarch is like, I don't have stones. So clearly they're not actual stones collection. There's something else, which again, intrigued. We will see. But this spell then breaks. The matriarch comes back to herself and confesses to Evangeline about a prophecy. Now, the prophecy is you will know her because she will be crowned in rose gold. She will be both peasant and princess, is the prophecy. Now, obviously, Evangeline has rose gold hair, She is currently a peasant and she is marrying a prince, so will become a princess. So it is believed that Evangeline is the person that can break this prophecy and open up the Valerie Arch. And now that leads to a whole other thing, is that what is this Valerie Arch? Apparently there are like two versions to the story. One is this thing is being that was created by the original Valors, that they created this absolute abomination, and it was kept in there because they just couldn't destroy it, so they locked it away in the arch, which was then sealed with the prophecy. The other version is that it's hiding magical objects, and was sealed so nobody could get to the magical objects. So there's two stories, and I'm interested to see which one it's going to be, or if it's going to kind of maybe be a mix of both of them. So I'm intrigued to see what's going to be happening there. But Jax refused to tell Evangeline anything, because he's like, you don't understand, this prophecy, you don't understand. But when she gets back, she's like, starts searching. She tries the library at the Wolf Hall, which is where she's staying with the Prince Apollo, and her stepsister's there with her. And she's trying to find it, and there is this door, but it's sealed and nobody can get in it. But everything to do with the law is in there, the original laws, and their history is hidden in there. But it's like nobody else can access it. Considering they were the owners of the house, the creators of the house, there is no information on them available anywhere. Like, all of it is hidden behind this door that nobody can get into. So, again, another little interesting thing that hopefully we'll have some answer to. And she manages to convince Prince Apollo after he was going to do one of his serenadings, where she stands on the balconies down there singing and serenading to her, as he does every night apparently. That would do my fucking nuts, and I'm telling you that. She convinces him to come up, and she manages to get out of him those two versions of the story on the Valor Archway and the Valors themselves, which obviously leads to the prophecy. Now, I've just finished it. That is, then the next morning, and they've gotten married. Like, literally, I have ended it at, I would gladly bleed for you, Apollo whispered. He held her hand tighter as his eyes latched onto hers, with even more burning intensity, as if the flame she lit the first night she kissed him had multiplied tenfold. She just hoped that Apollo's spark still remained after Jax broke his spell. Because Jax has told Evangeline, because Evangeline's like, look, break the spell, break the curse. I don't want him to be with me if he doesn't truly love me. And Jax is like, the only way you're going to break the spell is if you marry him. She's like, well, I won't marry him then. She was like, I just won't marry him. And he was like, well, you don't marry him, he's going to feel heartbreak and it's going to destroy him. What do you want? Do you want to marry him, spell break, and he not love you, or not marry him and he be destroyed by heartbreak? She's been put a nice little ultimatum there. But yeah, that's where we've been left. That was kind of like a quick rundown for you guys. Probably didn't make any sense, but it was a quick rundown. But I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. I did have a feeling there was more to Evangeline. I have noticed, and I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, if they've read Carol as well, some like comparisons that are quite similar in things and elements that happen. They're not down to the T, but like if you strip them back, they have the same basic element. Yeah, I kind of had a feeling that something was going to be happening with Evangeline along the kind of royal line of something with her mum, because if I remember reading rightly, and I'm sure I do, I hope I do, it was discussed that her mum was actually from the Magnificent North, and they met when her dad, her mum and her dad met when he went over there for something, if I remember correctly. So I think there's something with her mum that's a miss, and maybe not truly who she is. But yeah, and I'm still a bit dubious with her stepsister Marisol. Even Jax has warned Evangeline to stay away from Marisol, because she's like, Marisol is jealous of you and everything that you have. Like, she's like envious. So I am dubious of Marisol. Like, I don't want to doubt her and I don't want to put this thing on her, but like, yeah, I'm dubious of her. So that's where we're at. I'm loving Jax. We did get a little bit more of an insight into him and his personality and like the way he thinks. So we love our Jax. We love our Jax. So yeah, I'm going to end it there though, because this clip, because the rest of it, me and Mom want to try and read together. So I'm not going to read any more just yet, but I will update you guys when I do. But I'm currently going to go and sit and watch the footy. Liverpool did win today, guys. Liverpool won, so that's the main thing, you know. As long as Liverpool win, we're all good. And I'm sorry if you can hear my telly because it's very loud. But yeah, so I'm going to go and watch footy with my mum and that. And yeah, I will see you guys later when I've read some more.
But yeah, what we were saying earlier about it being like just the writing and stuff, I can't. Was it the best book I've ever read?
No.
No. But could I actually like if I mean, you know, I don't take this star thing too seriously, but if I had to put stars on it,
It's got to be fun.
what is it that would stop me from going from a 5-star?
Yeah. There's
Like
just nothing.
what would take 5 for me?
There was just absolutely nothing that could be taken from it. Like you said, it's not perfect, but like when you think about things that you would like, whether it be writing style, anything to characters and things like that, like there is nothing that you can like.
I suspect that I loved Caraval as a series, and I still think that's a 5-star series. Don't get me wrong, but I think, or I suspect, and it's probably because it being her like second series that this is going to be the better series.
Yeah, she's got a bit more of a foundation, isn't she?
Yeah, and it's that whole thing of like what I was saying to you about what she'd said at that thing about how she'd been told to write Caraval as if it was a standalone, but with the option to turn it into a series. And it was like the worst piece of advice she probably had because there was a disconnect. And I definitely felt that disconnect. Like I did not know that we were going to switch characters.
Yeah, it definitely takes you by surprise, doesn't it, in that series?
And it almost felt a little bit like, even when we got points of view from Scarlet back in finale, it almost felt like she was a bit of an afterthought.
Yeah.
In a way, it didn't. It felt like it had become Tella's story, not the pair of them's story. All the important stuff seemed to be with Tella.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah. So I do, but like I say, I still think Caramel's a 5-star series, but I think this is going to be the better series. And I think if we were looking at it on the whole of how I've just said, I don't think, would I say that this is one of the best books I've ever read? No. But if I was to then look at it, let's take a step away, and I'm saying this very cautiously, obviously having not yet started the second one. But if I was to, I'll cautiously say that whilst it might not be the best book I've ever read, it might be one of the best series that I've read.
Yeah.
Or it has the potential to be one of the best series that I've read.
Yeah.
Because it's so unique and so
definitely
thoughtful and clever.
I was writing my review earlier, for obviously for Goodreads and that, and for Insta and stuff.
It should remind me, I ain't updated mine to say that I finished it.
Go, go, go.
Carry on.
And I was saying, like, her writing and the story mixed together is done so beautifully. Like, her writing very much fits the story and it being that kind of fairy tale aspect to it. Like, we've said throughout, like, this book very much gives Disney vibes and that fairy tale vibe to it. Like, the amount of things we've been able to go, oh, this reminds me of this from Disney, or this reminds me from that from Disney, and like the very fairy tale vibes that it gives, the writing suits it. It being that descriptive kind of writing suits.
She's got a very whimsical way of writing.
It's just done very well and it fits it all, which is what I think then makes it one, easier to digest and makes it that fast pace kind of read. But it makes it, that's kind of what gives it that 5-star, because they like complement each other so well, the story and the writing, like, because it complements each other.
Yeah,
that's what helps gives it that 5-star. Then obviously because you're Jax.
One of the questions that because my brain's shit and I don't remember all of this stuff. Like, I couldn't tell you all this stuff at the time. As we talk about things obviously pop into my head of what.
This has definitely been a good book.
Yeah, we're
I'll tell you what though, I am definitely glad that I've held off writing it until the series is complete though. Because I don't think I could have handled if I had read this when it was first released, then had to wait for the second book to read that and then wait for the third.
No, that would have pissed me off. Because
I would have gone insane.
Like I said in the table, I'm not convinced that that's her trying to get in that door. Well, I don't think. I'm not convinced that that's Evangeline trying to get through the door, and I don't think it's Jax either. Could be Marisol, or it could be somebody else, but I don't think.
I'm not gonna lie.
100% Evangeline.
I'm still a little sus of Apollo. Something underneath laying.
Right.
Still making.
I'm gonna say something, and if I like, forgive me if this is like, I believe this to be a common knowledge type thing. So if it's not, but my understanding of these books is, yes, it's like she's left in a situation where she could go with Jack or Apollo, and there's two love interests. But my understanding was, it wasn't necessarily a choice of choosing between the love interests. It was between. Oh, so, like I said, I don't think that it's, or from what I've understood, it's not even just a choice between romantic relationships. The way I've heard it phrased is she's choosing between villains.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the vibe is going with the book. That's there's no heroes kind of thing.
So I believe that to be a common knowledge type statement. But then that would suggest that we know why Jax is a villain.
Yeah.
But we don't actually, although we've got like our kind of Team Jax.
We love Jax. Always got to be Team Jax.
And even though we're on Apollo already, he hasn't actually given us a reason to be, has he?
Not yet. Not that we know of. Not that we know of, he hasn't given us one. But there could be something.
On that basis, the fact that it's choosing, we know that the general knowledge thing, the general knowledge take on it is choosing between villains.
There's something to
we
come.
know that Apollo's gonna fuck up.
Something to come.
Yeah. And we know there's something underlying. And I'm not letting go of that thing that fucking Tiberius said to him about about telling her. And then
Yeah,
he cut him off.
there's something to
and then
tell her.
cut him off, and he got super fucking angry and pulled his sword out and what have you.
Mm. Hey guys, so I never really sat and updated you yesterday. You would have heard me and more talking about What's Gonna Break My Heart, which is a 5-star read. I loved it. I was left not A, no okay at the end of this book. There's no way I could have done the whole read it when it was released and then waiting for the next book, and vice versa for this one, probably. Not that I'm very far in yet, but probably. Yeah, that's great for me. But I love it. I love Jax, and you cannot tell me otherwise. Jax is, we love him. We love Jax. So yeah. I love the story. The story and the writing definitely complement each other so well, which is what then makes her books work and make them so easy to read and so quick. So highly recommend picking this up if you haven't. I do recommend reading Caraval first, in my personal opinion, because I think it sets you up quite nicely for this book because there are references to Caraval. So yeah, that is where we are at on that one. Finished, 5 stars. So we then did start Ballad and Ever After last night, and this is my naked cover. I've got the skull. So it was so good. I had the arrow, the skull, and I need the wolf for the next one. I don't know the significance yet of the wolf, but we need the wolf. But yeah. Anywho, we read chapter 13, page 105 last night. Both me and Moore said, as soon as we both had finished, so I waited for Moore a little bit, but as soon as we both had finished, we were like, oh my god, like that was a lot of information for us in those first 104 pages. Like there was a lot of facts, there was a lot of things happening, like literally one after the other. There's no break between like each situation and each thing. So I'm hoping we're going to now start leveling out with where we've been. Sorry, my head's probably caught the mic then. I'm hoping it's now going to start leveling out, and it's going to be not necessarily. It wasn't hard to read those. That first 104, it was just a lot of information that my brain was like, and I was tired as it was anyway, so that didn't help. I wouldn't necessarily say it was hard to read, and it was still good, and I still enjoyed it, and I still loved it, and I'm still loving the book. But yeah, it was just a lot at the beginning. But yes, we have had, like I said, a lot happen. I probably won't be able to give you a straight rundown so far of what's happened because of so much. She has found the arch. She has started slowly opening the arch in a way. She's really put her blood to it. She now just needs to find the stones for it. Luke has now become the prince of the north, and it's like, where did that come from? Because he's a vamp, and I'm like, whoa. But he goes by Lucian. That is just a play on his name, supposedly. This is definitely Garber. Anything could happen. And Apollo has awoken from his slumbered state and is out to try and kill Evangeline. He's been cursed by the Archer's curse. And they also currently have a mirror curse on them. So if one of them is injured, the other one has the same injury. And Jax is trying to, Jax is being protective, jealous of Jax, who just wants to look after Evangeline, wants her to help him, open the archway. And also trying to like keep her alive, you know, and not let Apollo kill her. As he does. But what me and Moore found interesting is I really should have been filming our conversation last night because it would have been a lot easier and we talked about a lot of stuff. So far we've obviously met Lala and Chaos, both of which are fates as well. Now Lala is the Unwed Bride and Chaos is the Prince of Assassins and Spies. I can't remember. He's that guy. He's that one. Both of them also want Evangeline to open up the arch. Now we believe that there may be something behind the arch. Then the fact that it's fates that really want the arch open and people who aren't fates don't want it open makes me think: is there something behind the arch that could help cure the fates? Is the reason why the fates are the fates? Do you know what I mean? Because Chaos is his oldest in law, so he was around when Valor was like the Valors, and he was there when they were there. So we're like, did they create him and the fates? What happened? So, as in like turn them to fates. So yeah, we think there might be something behind the arch to do with that, maybe, but not entirely sure. So I've left it that Apollo is trying to kill Evangeline again. She has just had to be in Chaos's lair and have vampire venom in her to cure her and heal her from a wound that Apollo had inflicted. So that was interesting. That was a fun time. So yeah, we're at that point. Her and Jax, I literally have left it. Her and Jax are jumping off a cliff. Jump, Jack shouted. Out of nowhere, he was suddenly right beside her. I can't swim, she cried. Then hold on, he wrapped a strong arm around her waist and together they fell. They've literally just jumped off a cliff. So this is going to be interesting. Lala is also engaged to this Robin Slaughterwood. Is it Wood or Hood? Is it Wood or Hood? Let me have a look. Slaughterwood. Robin Slaughterwood. Now, we're getting Robin Hood vibes coming in from looking at the map, which I don't think I've actually shown you guys. No, I did kind of show you guys yesterday. With the map, this is Marywood. We're getting Robin Hood vibes. But we're now curious to how some of this dude's come into play and what he's going to be like. Because Lala is engaged to him, and obviously, as we know, Lala is the Unwed Bride. So every time she gets married, something happens. They get married, do you know what I mean? She's like that. So she's apparently having a long engagement to try and throw parties and postpone the inevitable. So yes, I'm intrigued to see where he's coming to this and what he's going to be doing and who he is. But obviously, based on the fact that we have the map of the place, I'm sure that we can gather the fact that they're going to be making their way to Marywood, which is what it's called. Yeah, Marywood. So it's going to be interesting. We will see. At the moment, I need to film a bunch of videos and stuff, and then I need to pack some orders. So I'm not going to read them all just yet. Our aim today, mine and Moore's, is because we're buddy readers, so we're trying to read the same segments together and stuff. Not necessarily always on call together, but we're trying. So our aim is we want to try and read chapter 13 to, I want to say it's 26. Today, if we can, and then that's when we're not on call together, so we want to try and both read that much. That's a lot more than I thought it was. About 122 pages to read before, and then if we can, we're going to hop on call later and read a couple more chapters in the next segment, and then tomorrow we hope to hopefully finish the book off, sit together and just finish it. But we're also waiting to see what happens with regards to when Truelove's curse is dispatched from the manufacturers and the so from Waterstone. I've also got a copy coming from Forbidden Planet. I know she's got a copy coming from Waterstones and Blackwells. So we're waiting to see when they're going to be dispatched to give us an idea of when they're going to arrive to when. We want to try and finish this and go straight into the next one if we can, because we know this ends in heartbreak from all the stuff I've seen. People have been destroyed by the way this one has been ended. So I'm just, I'm going to put it out here now, guys. I'm putting it in here now. If something happens to Jack at the end of this book, me and Moore are going to be throwing hands because we won't be happy. Neither of us want anything to happen to Jax, okay? So if anything happens to Jax at the end of this book, we are going to be distraught and we're going to be going psycho, okay? Just as a heads up. I'm putting that disclaimer in here now. So watch this space to see what happens. But yeah, we'll see. So I'm going to get on with the rest of my other work. I think I may even film my November TBR today, which kind of scares me that we are already filming November. I don't like this. Yeah. I'm still deciding as well if I want to go on live later. At Gordis. I haven't decided yet. We'll see. It's the fact that every time somebody reads the book, the books are changing, like slight wording and shit.
I do wonder, you know, like how the books are changing every time they read them. Does that mean then that technically Evangeline can't tell Jack, for example, or anybody
What she reads
about what she read? Because when she says it, will what she said
not
what
be
she
there?
read? Well, will what she's read come out as something different?
I'm thinking, do the books change to the person that reads it to give the story that they want to give that person?
Well, I also thought, right, the way that the books are changing, right, I'm wondering if it's to some degree, giving the truth.
Do you know what? Right, I kid you not, I was reading the bit about where it says Merrywood to Bitterwood, and I'm like, does it change it to what is the actual truth, not what was written by somebody?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So, because the thing that got me started on that was then after the tales, then there were tales of after the age of great houses, which often flickered and changed the age of great curses. Which obviously we know there's like millions of curses floating around, even just in our story.
Yeah, there's like a curse for everything.
The fates will occur.
Got the story
and
curse.
Then to add on to that, she reads in the A History of Famous Beheadings. She reads the excerpt, and it says, "Mist fell like tears in Valafel, coating the streets with shadows and cold, while people wept silently in their homes. Most mourned the great Vala family." So, would like the Protectorate would have you say that the Valas were bad?
Yeah.
But if everybody was mourning them,
they couldn't have been that bad.
Or is that something that's changed in the book? But being fair, most of the changes that we're seeing aren't necessarily like that's making it the complete opposite for that to have changed. Which most of the changes are quite subtle.
The little things.
Play along with the same thing. Now the other thing I thought of was we're talking about Merrywood and
Slaughterwood.
So she says, "Do you have any volumes on House Slaughterwood?" He says, "There's nothing worth reading about House Slaughterwood. They're just a bunch of spineless brutes."
Yeah.
Right. And we know that Merrywood changed to Bitterwood.
And
I kind of thought, you know, the stones that we're after.
Yeah. Hey guys, so I don't think you can really see me that well, but I am here. So I haven't actually updated you because yesterday, after I think I updated you guys in the morning, I only proceeded to read 3 chapters before I went to bed. Like that was all I read yesterday. But I have been reading today. More's uncle. More's there. I'm now currently up to chapter 21, and I mean, you would have seen some reaction between me and More reading. Hopefully, you guys can kind of catch what we were saying. Because this obviously is a spoiler vlog, so I'm not concerned about what was said. You guys should be aware. If you haven't read it, you should be watching. Just say, okay. But we are loving it. There is so much happening. Ooh, like such a nice angle. Shit. Sorry, distracted. Yeah, we are loving it. There's definitely a lot going on. And we've both said we're in a predicament where we now cannot stop until we finish this book. And depending on how this book ends, we will more than likely be picking up next book because my copy did arrive. I didn't show you guys because me and Mort got on call, and so as I opened it, we were on call. But my copy of True Love, it's so good. And guess what? I'm hoping you guys will be able to see it. We got the wolf. We got the wolf on our first one. So we're happy. So yeah, we may end up having to pick up this one as well. So we got that one to the side ready in case. But yeah, so we are still reading this. We're gonna sit and chill and read. I've got coffees made, I've got water, I've just taken my medication. This could be interesting because it is a new medication I'm taking as well. I took one earlier. I'm taking my second dose, so it's now getting into my system, and so I may have some funny turns, possibly while my body's getting used to change and stuff. But yeah, this is where we're at, and plus the medication does make you sleepy. So thank you very much. But yeah, so me and Mom would like to be pulling an all-nighter, and then probably going into tomorrow if anything happens in this book. So you guys will get like little updates throughout the night as me and More talk. I don't know if you'll be able to hear us, but you'll get little updates, and then probably I'll do a big one in the morning. So yeah, I'm gonna go because she's currently talking to the dogs because Freya's playing up. So I will see you guys in a bit. Guys, you can probably hear my TV and I sincerely apologise because it is a little loud. But you guys recently me finished The Ballad of Never After last night. Or should I say early hours of this morning? Oh, fucking hell. I don't think I've ever been left so distraught by a book. I lie. There probably has been, but fuck my life. I was distraught. I was fucking distraught. I genuinely don't know how to put into words my thoughts and feelings on this book. Like, it is a 5-star fucking read. Like, that's no doubt about that. Like, at all. But, like, for me to try and describe to you guys my thoughts and feelings, I generally don't have a fucking clue. Like, I'm just fucking... What the fuck? Like, I've just been left with so many different fucking emotions by this book. Like, in the last 60 pages alone, I think I went through, like, 50 fucking emotions. Like, you would have seen my reactions. But I'm like... What? Like, you can't do that to a girl. You can't do that to a girl who's already emotionally unstable as it is. Like, we don't do that. We don't do that. So, I'm fucked up. Me and Mom are going to be calling and we're going to be discussing the last few pages because she was a little bit behind in me as we were reading. And then after I finished reading this book, I kind of had like a crash. The adrenaline wore off, the caffeine wore off, the effects of taking new medication kicked in. And yeah, I just kind of had like a absolute emotional mental crash. So I had to bail out. But I did wake up to her messages this morning. But yeah, so we will be discussing this. So I will get some clips of that. Like, you guys will have so many clips of us talking. Like, I will cut a lot out because there is already a lot of information there. But yeah, we will discuss more of this. But I'm like, just what the fuck? What the actual fuck? So, as you guys would have seen yesterday in the whole lighting, I did receive my copy of True Love Curse. A Curse for True Love, I can speak. And I did have my wolf, which I'm so happy about. So we are going to be starting this one. Me and Mo are going to be starting it together later. I hate it. I'm stressed. I'm really, really stressed about where this is going to go. And I don't know what to do. I just want Jax to have a happy ending. I really should turn my TV down as well, but like, I just want Jax to have a happy ending. I'm so distraught, so we're gonna start this one together. We have a whole nother map again, like another different map. So I'm like, we've had 3 different maps for one series. I really shouldn't have read that. Fuck. Hold it together. Hold it together. All I read was this part, and I'm already fucking distraught. Alright, what I was going to do is I was going to have a look and see how many pages it was. Without spoiling anything for myself. Got back the author, acknowledgements. 381, okay. So it's even shorter, which should be good. I should be able to get this read today. Or in the into the early hours of the morning yet again. No, me and More, I think our plan of action is, so we're gonna be we're gonna be having kind of like a virtual lunch book clubby sesh. But we're gonna start this. Then I have a meeting at 5, and then we're gonna get together again after and just keep reading. So I think our plan of action is for both of us is to smash out this book because yeah. Just yeah. It's generally all I can say. Like, I'm generally, honest to God, so lost for words that I'm just like, okay, yeah, we move on. So that is where we're at. That is what we're doing. I'm gonna catch you guys later. I'll get some clips as well. Probably some more clips of me and more talking about the book. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna see you guys then. Okay, we've got weird angles. I apologise. As you would have seen last night, me and Mort started reading A Curse for True Love. I have to check because I keep fucking up the title somehow. I made it to page 6. Chapter 6. I can't speak today. I made it to chapter 6, page 55. Before my body started shutting down on me and I crashed and I just couldn't keep awake. But right, seriously, what the fuck? Like, dude, what the fuck? Apollo is just a conniving, sneaky little shit. I'm sorry, but he is, okay? I still think, right, so me and Mo had the theory that Apollo is Lysander of the law. I still think that's the case. I think Moore still thinks that's the case. But the chapter we had read on Apollo's chapter does make you think he's not, with the way it's all written and stuff. But I still get the vibe. I still get the vibe that he is Lysander Valor. I don't know. I just do. Okay, it's just what we're going with. But yeah, and Evangeline, she is very, like, she's had her memories taken, but like she is very skeptical of the situation and stuff, and she's very much already made the connection with it to magic and all that. So she's already made that connection. Like, she obviously knows something's going on here, something's not right. And she's very skeptical on like who's done it. Like, she's being told it was Jax. So Apollo is making everyone believe it was Jax that done it, and that Jax is a murderer, he's a criminal, like he needs to be found and he needs to be killed. Which we don't want to happen. And this won't happen to our Jaxie boy, okay? We know it. He's our Jaxie boy. But yeah, and what I really love as well is this Evangeline has this, like, she knows there's something deep down inside her. She's like, I need to tell somebody something. Now, I don't know what that something is, and I don't know who I need to tell it to, but I know there is something that I need to tell somebody. And she's battling with that. She's like, what do I need to tell this person? Which is obviously, we know what it is. She needs to tell Jax she loves him. We know that. We know that's what she needs to tell somebody and who the somebody is. But obviously, Apollo's gone into this very manipulating situation. Like, he is manipulating her into believing Jax is this bad guy. He's the one that took your memories. I love you. I'm going to think, well, he hasn't said I love you yet. But that's the vibe he's giving off. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to look after you. I'm the one that I'm your husband. Like, da da da. So she's then obviously very confused by the situation, and obviously we believe she's going to end up with all this manipulation, believing that she needs to tell Apollo this something. So that's going to be interesting to see play out. In Apollo's chapter as well, he said he's gone from like wanting to kill her with obviously the Archer's curse and everything, to just wanting to protect her. He's not said like he loves her, but he's gone from wanting to kill her to wanting to protect her. So that's interesting. That's very interesting. So we shall see. I do have a theory that Evangeline's still got the last broken heart scar for her debt that she owes Jax. I think he's going to pull payment on it and get her to kiss him. There is the possibility that he could get her to kiss Apollo to break this spell or whatever for her memories, because Apollo hasn't actually kissed her technically yet. He's kissed her on the hand and on the cheek, but he hasn't actually like properly kissed her yet. Although it is just happening, I believe, as we speak. Yeah, it's just happening as we speak. So that theory would go out the window. But yeah, I believe she is going to be called upon, and he's going to pull payment to kiss her, or for her to kiss him, Jax, which will be interesting to see. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's what's happening. I need to now edit my TBR video because that shit got corrupted. My files got corrupted and lost, so I had to refilm it just now. So I need to go and edit that, so I'll get that tomorrow, and then we will sit and read some more today. and I will keep you guys updated on what happens. So we have a different angle yet again. But I have not really updated you guys much because I don't actually know the last time I updated you, if I'm being honest. But yesterday I took a massive turn and I'm still not feeling great. But we have some more of A Curse for True Love. Make sure I get the title right. I really struggle with this title and I don't know why. I'm up to chapter 22, page 174. So we're nearing, I would say, halfway. This is a 381, I want to say, page book. We should be nearing halfway. It's so good. So good. There's so much happening. And I really want to discuss it with you guys, but my brain cannot function. I actually can't function today. It's Friday. I'm not going on live because I just need to kind of like take a chilled one and just go slow. So I'm gonna kind of maybe like I'm just gonna sort out my room a bit because there's just some bits that are like a little bit everywhere that I kind of just wanna put away and give them a place. Would be nice. So yes, we're gonna do that. And we will obviously be reading some more. Hopefully, he says might finish today. See if more fancy someone will call it tomorrow and finish today. But yeah, there's a lot going on. Apollo is manipulating the shit out of her. Jax is watching her and he is trying to teach her to defend herself. But he's like, at the same time, he's like, I just need to go. We've also learned that he's scheming something, but we don't know what and what he's got planned. So that's gonna be fun and interesting. But yeah, as you do. So, Evangeline's life is like on the line right now. She's had 2 attempts of her life. We do learn though that the first one, when she gets pushed into the well, is Apollo. He set that all up, which I'm like, me and more like, you fucking arsehole. Like, what the fuck? Because he's trying to teach her a lesson. And then she does have somebody trying to kill her, which is like, We've just had the House of Fortuna literally just be massacred. They're dead. They're gone. And Apollo is trying to put the blame on to Jax, but obviously we know that it is Caster or Chaos, as you want to call him. And we've also learned that Chaos isn't actually a fate. It was a rumor that Jax started to protect him from people knowing that he's the last Valor. And I'm like, dude, why? What game are you playing here? Why was that what? And that actually Jax agreed and allowed to be turned to a fate. So Caster wasn't alone because obviously Caster, we all know, is a vampire. So it was set up that Jax allowed himself to be turned to a fate to be there for Caster. And it's like, Jax, dude, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, love it very much. But at the same time, it's like, whoa, what happened then for you to be turned? So, interesting. And who done the turning? I want to say it's going to all lead to the Valors. I have a feeling it's all going to lead to the Valors. And we know that Wulfric, Honora, and Aurora are all obviously back from their suspended state, and they're pretending to be the Veils. Not sure if their name is it. So yeah, it's pretending to be them. So that's what we know. With I've got a feeling there's more alive, but we don't know who is back out of the suspended state. So yeah, we believe Dane's won. I still get the vibe that Apollo's Lysander, but I don't know. I still get the vibe. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but I just get the vibe of it. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm gonna get on with all that stuff, and then I will come and see you guys with some more reading has been done, and I might put some words into thoughts into words. So, my lovelies, as you would have seen last night, I finished it Close to True Love, and you would have seen my thoughts and my feelings of what the fuck. So me and Maud did discuss it a bit, but where it was so late and I was like whispering, so I didn't wake anybody up. I couldn't film because you wouldn't be able to have heard us. Because I had the volume down on the laptop, and then obviously me whispering, so it would have been a really, really pointless big clip, and you wouldn't have heard anything. So I think we're planning on trying to sit and talk a bit later, a bit more about it, and we're not having to whisper. So I'll try and get a clip there. If I do manage to get that clip, I will add it in now. But if not, I loved it. This is a 5-star. Like, just Stephanie Garber is just all 5 stars. Like, let's be real. Girl is just so good at what she does. And yeah, I was left with what the fuck feeling. Like, we still don't know about Jackson's fucking apples. It is alluded to that we do already know based on questions that have been asked and things that Stephanie Garber herself has said. Myself and more believe it's meant to be to do with his urges. I think it might be to do with the urge to kiss somebody. Because obviously he was trying to find his true love to break his curse, like, and stuff. So it might have been the urges to kiss someone. More thing is urges to kill someone. Who knows? Okay, we don't know. But the fucking shit we've had, the turns, like Jack's curse, for example, it wasn't his true love that would get his heart beating. It was the fact that and his true love would be the only one to not die from his kiss. It was that the only person that wouldn't die from his kiss is someone that would never love him. What the fuck? So we now, because me and Mo always said there was something dubious about the whole Donatella kiss thing, the situation. And now we know. Like, we were right, there was something more. We didn't know what, but we knew there was something more to it. And now we know. It's because Donatella would never love him, which we know. She's got her Dante. Donatella and her Dante can stay. Our Jackson or Evangeline can stay. Like, let's not entwine them anymore, guys. Okay. So yeah. But freaking loved it. And Apollo, the fucking asshole that he was. Aurora, the fucking asshole that she is. Like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? Me and Morg, because we were reading it and we were doing it like in the Fable app, like in each chapter, like we still got some to add because we like from page 41 onwards, we just sat and read it. As you guys would have seen, we didn't like weren't putting it in the Fable like we've been doing after each chapter. And yeah, like the bits we were putting in, we were like, oh, Aurora the bitch, follow the fucker, the arsehole. Like, we were just like cursing them to no end and stuff. And it's just like, yeah. And Jax's attempt at trying to like move on from Evangeline in the hopes of protecting her as well as protecting himself in his heart. Jax, my man, it wasn't gonna work. It wasn't gonna work. But like that moment was incredible. It was beautiful. Me and Maud did say though that like that last bit that we read, that 41 pages onwards, it was only 41 chapters onwards. It was only 44 pages, and it did seem a little rushed because obviously she's putting all the last few bits together in 44 pages. So it did seem rushed, but it doesn't take away from the story and it doesn't take away from my thoughts and feelings on the book. But it was just something we were discussing. We were having so many theories last night and talking and discussing shit, and yeah. Crazy. But yeah, I mean, I didn't manage to sit and talk with you guys as much as I would have liked as I was reading this book because I've just been feeling like fucking shit the last couple of weeks. And the last few days in itself have been like horrible and terrible, and I've just like not been good. And like Friday, I practically just slept the entirety of Friday. So you guys would not have seen from me that day. I think we might have like a brief clip. And I didn't read anything of this on Saturday because me and Moore were waiting to read the last lot together. So that's what we did last night. But yeah. Crazy. absolutely insane. So we have all our pretties together. Look at that. Look at that, guys. We have them all together. They're all 5 stars. They're all loved. Yeah. My precious with my Carol as well. It's just, yes, we are in a good one. I'm very, very happy. So that is going to be the end of this video. It's a very, very long video, so I'm going to keep this outro really, really short. Very short. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what your thoughts and feelings were on the Once Upon a Time. Let me know what your thoughts and feelings were on the Once Upon a Broken Heart series by Stephanie Garber, if you have read them, or yeah, I'm gonna say. And yeah, let me know if there's any other more book specific videos you want to see, any vlogs, and yeah, there might be a certain Throne of Glass vlog coming at some point. Maybe. Anything else? I'm gonna head off. Let me know if you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget, this month I am doing a FND charity readathon, so you guys can check out the links below to the donation page, as well as to the link to the social post, where you can check out all the information. And yeah, I will catch you guys very, very soon. Don't forget to keep smiling, be kind, keep reading. Bye, guys.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good